You know, there's something incredibly powerful about the idea of reinventing yourself. Whether it's Miley Cyrus shaking off her Disney image or Reese Witherspoon shifting from rom-coms to powerhouse producer, the ability to evolve and redefine who you are isn't just inspiring, is essential. Use a bit of drama in how you present yourself, your public image, the way you move, even your smallest actions. These things can make you feel larger than life. It's not about faking it, it's about amplifying your presence so people remember you long after you've left the room. Since I'm here to guide you through this, let me share 10 simple yet powerful ways you can kickstart your journey of reinvention, starting right now. No waiting, no perfect timing, just real steps you can take today to start shifting your life in a whole new direction. Welcome to the Feminine Hustle. This is your space for real, practical insights that can actually help you become the version of yourself you've always envisioned. Whether you're building something from scratch or just trying to level up, we're here to walk that journey with you. Step 1, decide you're ready for change. Every transformation begins with a decision, and not some huge dramatic overhaul, but the quiet decision to take that first small step. Reinvention starts with self-awareness. Before you tell the world who you are becoming, you need to get brutally honest with yourself. Find a quiet space, just you and your thoughts. Sit with yourself like you're catching up with an old friend. Ask, who am I right now? What's holding me back? Maybe it's something as small as mindless Instagram scrolling, or maybe it's indecision itself. Talk to yourself like you would to someone you care about. No filters, no judgment. Once you've had that honest conversation, write down just 3 simple actions you can take immediately. They don't have to be life-changing, just doable. For example, drink a full glass of water first thing in the morning. Read a page of fiction daily to awaken your imagination. Practice speaking in front of a mirror to become more aware of your expressions and body language. Remember, it's not about big leaps. It's about small steps in the right direction. Now that you've taken that first step, gotten honest with yourself, made small changes, and stuck with them for at least a week, you're already building momentum. Those little habits, they're starting to take root. You're not just thinking about change anymore, you're living it. So what's next? It's time to level up. It's time. Step 2, make a plan. So you've done the inner work. You've taken those first few steps toward change, and now it's time to give that change a direction. Here's the truth. Nothing happens without a plan. Every successful business, every building you see standing tall, every movement that's changed lives, it all started with a vision, followed by a solid, doable plan. In fact, studies have shown that people who write down their goals are 42% more likely to achieve them. That's not magic, it's clarity. A clear plan turns your ideas from wishful thinking into something real, something you can actually wake up and act on. Having a plan gives you purpose, it gives your day structure, it creates that sense of, yes, I can actually do this, and that feeling alone can be powerful enough to push you forward. Just like one drop of rain invites the next, small actions create momentum. So, what should you plan for? Plan for your vision, whatever that looks like for you. Whether you want to switch careers, build confidence, start a business, or just feel more in control of your time, write it down. Break it into smaller steps that feel possible. You should aim high, but the journey to the stars? It happens one step at a time. Here's an example of what that roadmap could actually look like. Let's say your big dream is to start your own business, but right now, you have no idea where to begin. That's okay. Every successful person once stood exactly where you are, at the starting line, full of questions. The very first thing you need to do is take inventory of your own skills. What are you naturally good at? What can you do that someone else might find valuable? It doesn't have to be something flashy. It can be as simple as sewing buttons, writing clearly, organizing things, cooking a solid meal, or even having a unique point of view. Yes, even your opinions can be valuable, because in the attention economy, strong, thoughtful perspectives can be turned into podcasts, blogs, or digital content that attracts an audience. That said, let's keep it ethical. Monetizing gossip might grab attention, but let's not go there. Your value should uplift, not tear down. The key here is realizing this: any skill can be monetized if it solves a problem, adds joy, or brings insight. And once you've identified your skills, the next part of the plan is figuring out how to turn those into action. That's how your roadmap begins to take shape, from a simple skill to a real possibility. Let's break the stars down into stepping stones. Step 3. learn, or level up. This brings us to step 3. And honestly, it's almost impossible to believe there's a single human out there who doesn't have any skill at all. But let's just say, for the sake of argument, you feel like you're starting from zero. That's still not a dead end. It's a clean slate. Because here's the beautiful part. You can always learn something new. Especially now, when knowledge is literally at your fingertips, you can pick up a skill that's in demand, that's monetizable, or that simply lights a fire in you. Maybe you've always wanted to learn graphic design, code an app, cook like a pro, or communicate better. Whatever it is, now's the time. But reinvention doesn't always mean abandoning your past. It's not about throwing away who you were, it's about evolving. Maybe you've been sitting on a skill for years, but never realized how powerful it could be if you used it differently. That's reinvention too. Let's say you know how to bake, but never thought of turning it into a small business. Or you're a good listener, but you never considered that could translate into coaching, counseling, or content creation. Reinvention is not just the learning of new things, it's also seeing your old self through a new lens. So ask yourself, what can I learn today that brings me closer to my vision? And what have I already learned that just needs a fresh direction? In the end, it's not just about changing your skills. It's about changing your vision. That shift alone is where true reinvention begins. Step 4, make connections. Now, speaking of new skills and fresh visions, we come to a crucial step, making connections. The people around you can have an incredible impact on the direction of your life. Simply put, you become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you're surrounded by people who lack vision, waste time, or make poor decisions, it's going to be hard to break out of that cycle. But here's the flip side. One connection, one person. That's all it takes. Just one person who's already living in the world you want to be part of, who's on the path you want to walk, or who has the skills you want to learn. That one person can make all the difference. And it's not even about them doing something dramatic to help you. Just their presence, their mindset, and the energy they bring can be enough to shift your own. You'll find yourself absorbing their habits, perspectives, and decisions simply by being around them. All you have to do is listen. Ask questions. Be genuinely curious. Stay interested in what they're doing and how they're doing it. Pay attention to how they approach problems, what motivates them, and how they stay focused. It might sound simple, but this is how you grow. Your network doesn't need to be vast. It just needs to be quality. Find that one person who can help you get closer to your vision and start building from there. Step 5, navigate the loneliness and chaos. This brings us to a big hurdle that many people face, the feeling of loneliness and chaos. It's tough. The journey to reinvention, or any path towards success, isn't a straight line. In fact, it's often a winding, non-linear road. The chaos, it's inevitable. So, how do you deal with it when it feels like everything is falling apart, or when you're doing this alone? The first rule, don't take a U-turn. It's so tempting to quit when things get hard, but trust me, that's never the answer. When chaos hits, when problems pop up, give yourself permission to pause. You don't have to have it all figured out right away. Just don't run away from it. Instead, face the challenges head on. Try to solve them yourself. But if you get stuck, ask for help. Don't hesitate to reach out. If you can't find someone to guide you, invest in professional help. Whether it's a coach, a mentor, or an expert in the field, getting outside perspective can clear the fog. And if asking for help isn't an option, then simply wait and breathe. Sometimes the answers come when you least expect them. Just give yourself the space to be patient and trust that clarity will emerge. Remember, success isn't about avoiding problems. It's about how you handle them. Chip away at those challenges, one small step at a time. If the path you're on doesn't feel right, change your route, but don't give up entirely. And even if you've made a mistake or veered off track, don't assume it's the end. The road might lead you to unexpected places, and those twists and turns could teach you things you never imagined. Keep moving forward, one step at a time. Even in chaos, you're still making progress. Step 6, embrace the unknown. One of the biggest temptations on this journey is to fall back into the familiar. When things get tough or uncertain, it's easy to want to retreat to what you know, the comfort of old habits, old people, old ways of thinking. But here's the truth. Do not move back to the familiar, the chaos of the unknown, as uncomfortable as it may feel. is far more rewarding than the safety of what's already behind you. The unknown holds the potential for growth, for new experiences, and for a future that's aligned with the person you want to become. The familiar, on the other hand, will only keep you stuck in the same place. Yes, it's scary. Yes, it's messy. But the chaos, that's where transformation happens. So, as tempting as it may be to return to what you know, keep pushing forward. The unknown will bring you closer to the life you want, while the past will only keep you in the same loop. Step into the chaos. It's the only way forward. Step 7. Pay attention to your patterns. One of the most powerful things you can do on this journey is to start paying attention to the patterns you repeat, often without even realizing it. The devil, as they say, is in the details. And those details are the habits, routines, and behaviors that shape your life, often unconsciously. Think about it. How many times have you found yourself making the same mistakes, feeling stuck in the same cycles, or responding to situations in ways that don't serve you? Those are your patterns. Whether it's procrastinating, avoiding confrontation, or not following through on things you start, these unconscious patterns are quietly driving your actions and holding you back. The key is to notice them. Watch for those moments where you're slipping into old habits or reacting the way you always do. Once you can recognize these patterns, you can start to break them down and create new ones that serve your vision for reinvention. This is where true growth happens. When you understand the behaviors that no longer serve you and actively choose to replace them with better, more intentional ones. Change begins in the small moments, in the patterns you choose to break. Step 8. Start building new patterns. Now that you've identified the old patterns that have been holding you back, it's time for the next step. Start creating new ones. This part might feel unfamiliar, maybe even a little uncomfortable, and that's okay. Growth always feels strange at first because you're stepping into territory your mind and body aren't used to. But this is exactly where change begins. By intentionally building new routines that align with the person you're becoming. Start small. Maybe it's waking up an hour earlier to focus on yourself. Maybe it's replacing 30 minutes of scrolling with 30 minutes of learning. Maybe it's choosing to respond calmly instead of reacting emotionally. These shifts don't have to be massive. They just have to be consistent. And yes, it might feel scary at first. You're training your brain to operate differently. You're interrupting your default mode and introducing something new, something better. Over time, those new routines will stop feeling foreign. They'll become your new normal, and that's when the real transformation starts to show. So lean into the discomfort. Embrace the awkwardness of trying something new, because every time you choose a new pattern, you're writing a new story for yourself, one small habit at a time. Step 9. Transform your environment. Once your mindset and habits begin to shift, the next thing that needs to change is your environment, because whether you realize it or not, the space around you plays a huge role in how you think, feel, and show up every day. So here's what you do. Start upgrading your environment, bit by bit, to reflect the life you're building. Surround yourself with objects, tools, visuals, and even scents that remind you of your progress. Think of them as trophies, small rewards for each step you've taken forward. Bought your first book and finished it? Display it. Started journaling? Get a beautiful notebook that makes you want to write. Created something? Print it, hang it up. Even something as simple as clearing out your workspace or organizing your room can signal to your brain that you are evolving. These physical changes reinforce your new identity. They act like anchors, reminding you of who you're becoming and encouraging you to keep going. You're not just decorating a space, you're building a world that supports your vision. And don't wait for some perfect moment to do this. Start small. Light a new candle that calms your mind. Stick a note on your mirror that says, "I'm proud of you." Create a corner that feels like your future self already lives there. Because she does. She's already arriving. Step 10. Embrace the new you. Then keep evolving. And finally, once you've walked through the chaos, built new routines, transformed your environment, and stepped into the person you've been working to become, accept that version of yourself. Own it. Celebrate it. Let it settle in your bones. But don't stop there. Because life isn't static. It's not a destination you arrive at and then stay forever. Life is like water. It has to keep flowing to stay fresh. Still water like the kind that settles in a pond, turns green, and stagnant. But water in motion? It's vibrant, it's alive. It carves through mountains and shapes landscapes. So here's the truth. Even once you've reached your current version of success, you'll need to repeat this process. Reinvention isn't a one-time event. It's a mindset, a way of life. The more you move forward, the more you grow. And the more you grow, the clearer your next step becomes. Let every version of yourself be just a chapter, not the whole book. Keep moving, keep shifting, keep becoming, because the journey never ends. And that's the beauty of it. If this video spoke to you, even in the smallest way, don't let it stop here. Take a deep breath, look inward, and ask yourself, what's the one small step I can take today? Because reinvention isn't just for a new year, a new job, or a midlife crisis. It's for anyone ready to claim their power, at any age, on any day. If you are on a journey to become the woman you've always wanted to be, you're in the right place. This is the Feminine Hustle, where growth is practical, power is intentional, and becoming your best self is non-negotiable. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me below, what version of yourself are you stepping into? Hit the bell so you never miss the next step in your journey. Until next time, keep evolving, keep showing up, and never stop becoming.